This December, World Trade Organization is meeting in Nairobi, Kenya to discuss opening markets. Let's continue our talk with Victor do Prado, Director of the Council Brazilian. Doha Round, will you continue or not?
I think this is very much at the center of the discussions in Nairobi. The Doha Round was launched in 2001, so 14 years back, and it was predicated on a certain type of trade that was done in the world then. Since 2001, world trade has evolved a lot. Be it in the main partners, China has become a huge trading partner. The United States continues to be a big partner. Brazil, India also have grown a lot. And the question remains, how are these parties, the big countries, and not only the smaller countries as well, interested in doing trade in the world? Some people say the Doha Round was all about development. We need to continue to discuss trade in that architecture. Some other countries are saying, no, that architecture is not good. We recognize that the themes, like agriculture, for example, continue to be relevant to world trade, but we want to discuss other things. We want to discuss the digital economy, e-commerce, trade competition policy, investment measures. And they want to go maybe to expand the agenda of the Doha Round, or to do business in another way. So this is going to be part of the discussion in Nairobi.
What about terrorism?
Well, terrorism is a phenomenon that first of all, it's not a new phenomenon. It is taking proportions today, especially here in Europe and in the Middle East, that we see on an everyday basis. Very concerning for world trade, of course, because our objective is to lift barriers in a regulated manner. The temptation of many countries when you see terrorist acts is to impose new barriers, be it to the free flow of people or to the free flow of goods. Justifiably so. The question is, how can you ensure that goods and people can still flow around the world with the threats of terrorism? One word about the objective of the WTO. One of the objectives of the WTO is world stability, it's world peace. And in that respect, we believe that if we foster more trade and more understanding amongst people, that will be one way to fight terrorism as well.
This year, WTO has 2 new members, Afghanistan and Liberia. What's the future of WTO?
The future of the WTO, for me, will continue to be an organization that is the basis of trade in the world. There are different initiatives around the Pacific or in the North Atlantic, or regional agreements in other parts of the world, but the WTO is the basis of everybody. The fact that Liberia and Afghanistan, 2 small countries, very different from each other, still want to join the organization only shows that they think it's important to be part of this rules system. The WTO, contrary to what people think, is not only about free trade. It's about regulating trade. It's about stability of rules in the world of trade. And in this respect, countries like Liberia and Afghanistan, which are small countries and hopefully will become even more stable and have better growth conditions, they have a great interest to become active members in the WTO.
Victor do Prado, thank you so much for joining us, for all this information so relevant to all people around the world. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And keep watching Dukascopy TV.